coming out here after 30 years. Yeah, I ain't got nothing, but I'm gonna have something because I'm rich in personality, you know, and I'm rich in love. My family love me, and that's really all that counts. Yeah, man, we go straight to the gym. I said, come on, man, let's go. So we go straight to the gym, and I'm like, man, come on, man, let's suit up. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, you on the boxing team anyway. You had access to the gym at most times if we were out for rec. So we get in there, man. We go to the gym. We get up in the gym, and I can see his confidence wavering a little bit now, because he was like, man, yeah, we just gonna spar. I said, yeah, we just gonna spar. We get some good light work in, man. So when we go to test the gloves and see what the gloves they got in there, man, we still in the penitentiary. Everything old, everything beat up, everything cheap. So some of the gloves so old, they ain't really got no good padding in them. So the ones that we was gonna use, I think we was gonna use 10-ounce gloves. So the ones that they had, a couple of them, they didn't have no, one of them ain't have hardly no pads in them. The other one had decent amount, but it was real loose. So he was like, man, we ain't got no gloves. I'm like, boom. I said, man, it's all good. He's like, man, I ain't putting these on, man. I ain't getting hit with this. No, sir. So I was like, look, you take the ones that ain't got no pad in it. I'm going to get these ones. He was like, no, man, man, you can feel my knuckle. I'm like, we good, man. We just get some light work in. So I even gave him those pads. You know what I'm saying? So he could use those ones so you could basically feel, if he get hit in the face, I could feel his whole knuckle. You see what I'm saying? But like I say, it probably was a little bit of my ego involved at the time then too, you know, because, you know, my testosterone worked like everybody else's. And then I truly wanted to see what he learned, what he got. So we scrap up and everything, man. It's probably about 10, 12 dudes in the gym. So we go over in the corner, man, and we just said, boom, we're going to go ahead and get some light work in, man, and see what's happening. So we started working, you know what I'm saying? And boom, off the top, I could definitely see his improvement. I could definitely see it got better. His jab was magnificent because he's so tall. So he's keeping that jab out there on me, flicking that jab out there on me. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to have to move around that jab. He catching me every now and then on the top of my forehead. So, you know, other dudes see us sparring, and like always, you always got signifiers and instigators. So they come over there, they want to stop, they want to watch. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, yeah, Shakur fighting his teacher now. You know what I'm saying? Woo, woo, woo. Because, you know, like I say, he done gained a reputation and everything over there. So I guess that kind of like fueled up his ego and pumped him up and everything. And next thing you know, Shakur started throwing a little heat at me, man. Wow, he throwing heat. So I'm like, oh, okay, you know what I'm saying? Like, boom, he telling me, woo. And he got his little adrenaline flowing. He telling me, come on, let's work. So I said, okay, Shakur wanted to show off. So I had to turn it up a little bit, you know. So I started stepping through him because I knew his weakness, first and foremost, because I'm the first one taught you something. So I know your weakness, and I already know what his weakness is. He tall, he in shape now, he cut up and everything, but that joker cannot take no body punches. Yeah, you hit him to that stomach, man, he moan like a little mobo baby, man. A little mofo baby. Oh, he can't take that body punching. So I just start going to his body. Every time he throws something, I slide up on him. Bang, bang, bang. Go to his body, he fold all up. You know, and he bag up. Then I press him, go up top. Bang, 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 bang. Boom, go to the body. Yeah, so he started getting, you know, frustrated and irritated. Then he started banging his gloves together like, come on, you know, because he knew he couldn't do nothing with me. But at the same time, like I say, that's how boxing is. You learn some, you're going to have to learn more. You never know more than the next person. You're going to always have to keep your game going. You're going to always have to keep fine-tuning your game. And like I say, somebody give you the game, you probably never be able to surpass them because they never going to give you everything that they know. You know, you're going to always be able to excel and advance on your own because you get game from different places. You get game from your visual. You get game from watching boxing. You get game from, you know, sucking in and knowledge when you hear people talking about boxing. But you're going to have to apply those skills to yourself. So you can always get greater, but you always got to remember that somebody out there going to always know a little bit more than you. This is the purpose of you training as hard as you can, doing the things that you need to do, and always being ready, man. But, you know, like I say, I ain't bang him up, try to hurt him or nothing like that, but we got some good work in, and I let him know you ain't going to outdo the teacher, brother. You know what I'm saying? But he kept advancing. He kept getting better. He kept getting good. You know, I worked with him a little bit more. I eventually got moved, you know what I'm saying? I eventually got moved to a whole other institution down the line for some other foolishness that I probably told y'all about or will tell y'all about. But Yeah, man, Shakur had got real good, man. But the thing about it, like I say, he let it go all the way to his ego where he became a bully, man, and he started just, looking for the trouble instead of avoiding the trouble. And those are two different things. You got to avoid trouble when you're in prison. You got to avoid trouble when you're out here on the street because there's enough trouble going to come to you in your lifetime that you're going to have to deal with anyway. So you never bring upon any extra trouble on yourself. And, when you start looking for trouble or you start going out there with that type of energy like you bad or like you a touch off, then usually you're going to get into more stuff than you really want to get into, man. And, I can remember, man, Shakur, I can remember Shakur, I got transferred, man. I ended up on Nottoway, right? And that's a story within itself. I'll tell you about, my first experiences on Nottoway, man. But I remember being on Nottoway, and when I got up there, I was coming out the hole for a minute. So this probably was in like 99, probably like 99 or something like that. I was coming out the hole for a minute. So when I got up there, I wasn't in as tip-top shape as I should have been in because I couldn't run. I couldn't do a lot of other things. And then, like I said, you can work out when you're back there in segregation, but it becomes mundane when you do it so much, and you can't do nothing. You're in a small space, and you only got a limited amount of clothes, so you got to wash up. It's a lot to go with it. So you ain't going to be in the tip-top shape. You may be in good, but not tip-top. But I can remember getting out there, man, and getting on Nottoway. And when I got on Nottoway, I ran into a couple of people I knew. I ran into a couple of people I hadn't seen in a while. And everybody started talking boxing. Then they was like, man, I'm glad you up here. Man. They got this dude on here, man. He think he ish, man. He think he the ish. And they was talking about the dude, he in my same weight class. They was talking about a Puerto Rican dude named Rico. Rico had been up there for a couple of years, beating up everybody in his weight class, man. By now, I'm probably about a good 160, maybe a middleweight. Rico up there punishing everything in the middleweight from what I heard, So I'm like, oh, yeah, man, you need to get him, man. You need to get him, bang. So I'm like, yeah, let me see this dude. So when you go outside on Nottoway, Nottoway had a big boxing arena going on. They had a big boxing thing. They had the smokers. They have the fights on TV. They do everything. They got put it out on the yard sometime and let the whole population come out there, put the ring on the yard, had the fights on the yard or either in the gym. So they had a good boxing thing going on. They had a lot of banners up for boxing over the years, decades of champions that they had on Nottoway. So, yeah, Rico had been the middleweight champ up there for some years, man, and I wanted to see what he was working with. So outside, they got the training, they got the bag, the speed bag, the ropes and everything, so some dudes can train outside. So I go out there, and I see him. I see him out there working out. I see him shaking out. I peep his style. I see what he got. He do a lot of movement, a lot of feint, but his basic attribute was in his footwork. He had great footwork and he stayed moving. So what he would do is try to get you in a position and throw you off and throw a lot of punches at you at one time, and then he'd get on out of dodge and dance out with his feet. So he stayed away from dudes and outpointed dudes, right? So I peeped the little game, and off the top, you could call it arrogance or whatever you want to call it, but I looked at him and said, he ain't no way he could beat me. That's the way I felt. You know what I'm saying? I'm quite sure he felt the opposite, you know what I'm saying? Because people started telling him the same thing. Yeah, new dude on the camp, man, you gonna fight him, woo, woo. So the first thing he said out of his mouth was, shh, tell him come on with it. He get the same thing everybody else got. I'm saying to myself, yeah, not me. You know what I'm saying? Not me, nah, he ain't going down like that. So, we set the little thing up, man. And, they go to the rec supervisor and tell him because just so happened when I get there, they got a big fight coming up like 27, 28 days later. You know what I'm saying? So they trying to get me put on the roster with him because he ain't had nobody to fight anyway. So they trying to get me put on the roster to fight him. So they asking me, am I with it? I'm like, yeah. And that was, my ego talking and everything too, because I really won't in that type of shape, just coming out the hole and all this, and then I'm on a whole new camp, and I don't know what they really got going on here. But I know me, and I know I'm gonna find a way. So I'm like, yeah, I'll fight him, ain't no question. So they end up getting it all done. Man, they had the little flyers printed up, talking about the fights and all. I wish I could get some of this stuff, man. And I try to get some of these fights from institutions and stuff like that too. But they ain't trying to release them, or they'll say they got rid of them, or, you know what I'm saying, stuff like that, DOC policy or whatever it is they say. But, you know, you never know. You keep on trying. But yeah, man, so they set the joint up and everything. So now I got less than a month, man. 20-something days to try to get in best shape I can. Go ahead and fight this cat that I don't know too much about, just out of seeing outside briefly or whatever. But like I said, I believe in myself. I believe in my skills, man. So, you know, it's a little talk going around about, yeah, man, big old fight dudes, betting money. You know, dudes that know me and heard about me, or dudes that did time with me, they automatically going to roll with me because they know my pedigree. Then you got dudes that's been on this camp so long and then seeing him whooping so many people, they trying to bet on him. So they got all these type of side odd bets going on everywhere, man. So I remember when it came down to it, though, man, I was ready, you know what I'm saying? I felt like I was ready as I was going to be. So, you know, on the fight day, you know, I get down there, man, the other fights going on, they going on, woo. Then our joint is the main event. We get in there, get the rules, get the regulations or whatever. He's staring me down like he a tough guy. I'm jive snickering to myself. So when the joint pop off on the first round, he come charge across the ring like he gonna charge from. That's some little intimidation tactics a lot of dudes do. But when he do, I just clench up and I'm letting him know I'm ready. You know what I'm saying? He started popping his little jab out. Every time I get ready to settle down and beam down on him, he doing what I told you. He stay on the bicycle, he just moving, going lateral movement, going here, going there. But he don't really want to engage. He don't want to throw them things. You know, that's what we in here to do. So he trying to pick and pop and move around, think he gonna do that with me. Nah, I start cutting that ring off, cornering them, going from here, going to there, cutting that ring off and dropping them hooks on him. Bang, bam. And centering him. I'm trying to get him in position where I want. I caught him up on the ropes a couple of times and just laid into him, man. I'm talking about 6-7 punch combination. Boom, boom, bang, 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 bang. So he getting peppered. He mad as all outdoors, man. People hollering, yelling, screaming. It's like, man, it's a crazy atmosphere in prison when you talking about this boxing, man. It's just like dudes watching the Super Bowl because they actually here, they live. And this is the closest live event they gonna get, you know what I'm saying, being in prison. So they love this stuff, man. And then it's just, you know, like I say, it's the testosterone flowing, it's the egos flowing, it's dudes talking trash, the dudes ready to rumble, all types of stuff. Because they man getting beat up because I'm giving them the business, you know what I'm saying? He can't do nothing to me. He ain't touching me. He getting maybe a jab in every now and then, which is expected. But other than that, he ain't landing no right hands on me, no hard shots and no nothing. So I'm picking them off 2 rounds. You know, we going 4 rounds. We get all the way into the 3rd round. You know, I'm crushing them. I end up getting the man on the ropes one time, man. And for real, they could have stopped it because I had him. He was shook. He was going down. The ref jumped in, gave him an 8 count. He mad with the ref. I don't need no 8 count. I'm all right. But he could barely stand up. So I knew he was hurt because I had him hurt. I went back to him, finished him all boom. The bell ring, going to 4th round, more of the same. Getting him the business. He can't touch me. And I ain't just saying it because of me. He can't touch me. Anybody who was there tell you he can't do nothing. So I smoked him. You know, so at the end of the joint, they raised my hand, unanimous decision or whatever. He mad. And then, like I say, he had a little reputation. So his ego involved. Always ego involved. Just like I told you with Kung Fu. You know, and then you talking about you in prison. So your ego and your reputation is everything. So now he got a little stain on his thing from what he been doing. So now he don't like me. He got an attitude with me. He don't want to dap me up after the fight. He feel like he, you know, like, nah, man, you know, nah, that don't won't like that. You ain't, you know. But I'm cool, you know what I'm saying? But it almost turned into something different because he had a lot of little crew. He had a little crew to roll with him. I'm just getting there, but, you know, DC cats always on me. They always going to roll with me. They going to back my hand no matter what I do. So it was a little tension for a little while, but the stuff ended up playing off. I told him we can run it back. You can get a rematch whenever you want to get it. You know what I'm saying? It's all good with me. I ain't tripping. He ain't want no more of that stuff. He ain't want no more of that at all. So, you know, it ended up being, like I say, little animosity towards us, man. Later on, maybe, you know, we ended up getting cool. I ended up running into him on another institution. Matter of fact, I ended up running into him again later on. No, I ran into him one time again later on another institution. But when I was on Nottoway this time, getting ready to come home, but right before I made parole, his actual brother was there. So me and his brother, we talked. We even bumped heads when we first met each other, but it was over something different. But then we ended up being cool, and he was like, "Oh yeah, man, boom, you was a dude for my brother back in the day, yeah. That was me." But we ended up being cool. He was a cool dude. He was a thorough dude too. Rico was a thorough dude. You know, he was a solid dude. You know, so yeah. But these little incidents happen when you in there and you engaging in this hand-to-hand combat, man. Because like I say, if you lose or you get beat up, or if you lose emphatically, you know, dudes gonna be running their mouth. But at the same time, these dudes ain't willing to get in there and do it themselves. So you have to be able to see that, and you have to be able to understand that most of the dudes laughing and talking and whispering, they not getting in there themselves, because it's a different thing when you in there yourself, and you can see it's not that easy, you know. But Nottoway, man, I had some good times on Nottoway, man. Good times, man. I fought a dude on there too, another dude named Country, man. And he had the right name because he was a big, strong country dude, man. He was my size, actually weight class, but he just looked so much bigger and strong because he was so, you know, physically built. But he was country. He had no real skills, but he knocking dudes out of brute power and being able to take a punch himself. So he getting hit, but then he was hurting dudes, man. So he was like, yeah, he approached me, told me he wanted to fight me and everything. So I was like, yeah, okay, come on. So, you know, yeah, I get in the jump with him, man, and I ain't gonna tell you no lie, man. I was demolishing this dude, man. But the honest God truth is, he caught me one time with a lucky punch, man. He just swung out of some just desperation. I got him against the ropes. I'm banging him, bang, 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 bang. And he covered up, and and next thing you know, man, he just came out of that zone and swung all wild, whack up. And that man hit me. That man hit me solid, man. And if you could see it, because I remember watching it in the pod, when they showed it in the pod, and everybody in the pod, when we watching it, we were like, whoa. Man, my head literally went back like a slinky. If y'all remember the slinkies, man caught me dead on the button. Man, my head said whop, and came back. I was like, oh, Lord. I had to bag up for a minute and get myself together. Then he thought he had something. He was charging me, swinging all wild, but my defense was on point by then. But little do he know, or anybody else know, man, my bells was ringing. Just like Christmas, my bells was ringing. He hit me real hard, but more so it hurt my neck. It's like it was like a whiplash type thing that he gave me, man. And yeah, but that was the only punch he got in. That was it. Other than that, I beat the souls off of him. But man, he hit me hard. And like I say, over the years, I've been hit hard a couple of times, man. I done got caught a couple of times, you know, but like I say, it goes with the territory. One thing I do know for sure, my chin is solid because it has definitely been tested. Most definitely been tested. I've been hit with blows that should have knocked me out and definitely would have knocked out some other people. But yeah, Country was one of them, man. He hit me with that blow right there. That's one of the hardest jokes I took. I thought the Bama had broke my neck, man. I thought he had broke my neck, man. But yeah, man, all this was just fun and just good activity for me, man. And you know, unfortunately, like I said, man, I didn't end up staying on Nottoway for a long time, man. For a lot of reasons that had zero to do with me. Nothing to do with me, really, for real. Two reasons. One of them, like I explained to y'all, was how I left Nottoway. I explained to y'all in one of them other videos. I don't know exactly which one it was, but I explained to y'all Nottoway when I had got locked up, man, because the dude, I loaned him some money, man. I loaned him money. He turned around and go to the people, tell the people he owed me money, he owed another dude money. If he don't pay, dude's going to kill him or whatever. So, you know, I ended up getting locked up for that situation, man, which was foolishness, pure foolishness. And I ended up staying back there for investigation for a while for that. So, you know, after that situation, you know, which I had no control over because I didn't know he was going to do no foolishness like that. Like I told you, I definitely wouldn't have, you know, killed the dude over no little petty money like that. Probably would have smacked him up a little bit, but I wouldn't have did that to him. But anyway, then the other situation, man, which brings me back to Shakur, you know. Old Shakur, man. Like I told y'all, Shakur had got that heart in him now, man. So he was a different cat. He moved different. He act different. And like I say, he was aggressive now because he was armed with the knowledge and the skills that he could protect himself in any situation. And then, like I say, that's all cool and dandy, but you got to use your skills, man, to be able to protect yourself, just that, but not to be able to impose your will on other people, because that's only going to bring you bad karma in the long run. So, Shakur had got into shooting dice and gambling, man, and then he lose sometimes. He want to buck. Dude say something, he want to boop, boop, knock him out, and you can't keep doing that in penitentiary because somebody going to end up putting a knife in you. They put that Bethlehem in you. They don't care how many people you knocked out. You ain't gonna knock that Bethlehem out. That's the way they look at it, and that's the way they're gonna end up coming at you if you keep putting your paws on somebody and hurting them, with your hands. They know you can fight now. They know you got skills. They know you will fight. So once you build up that reputation, dudes know if they get in a confrontation with you, most dudes gonna say, okay, all right, and they gonna go get that Bethlehem and sneak up on you, and next thing you know, you screaming somewhere because dude done snuck up on you because of something that you done said, something that you done did, that put him in a certain way about his feelings, and that's how he coming at you, because he feel like he can't come at you with his hands, so he gonna come at you the best way he can. And just like I told y'all, ain't no rules in war. When you go to war, only rule is win, because if you lose, you can lose your life. So yeah, so he had built up a little reputation there, man. A couple of years had passed and everything, and he pop up on Nottaway, right? So he on Nottaway now, man, and the dude sleep right next door to me. So I'm like, oh, man, yeah, my little dude up here, man, yeah, the one I taught how to box, yeah. So he next door, dude I taught how to box, cool. So, I holler at him and everything. We talk, we chop it up and all that. And, like I say, Nottaway got a big boxing thing going on. It's nice up there. It's a boxing environment. That's what they doing up there. They getting it in. So he in the right place and everything, man. So, we talking and everything. And man, it wasn't a week later, I was hearing all types of stuff, man. He was over there shooting dice and, letting dudes know, man, yeah, man, you don't have my money. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. Some dudes say, man, don't come up here with all that foolishness, man. We ain't trying to hurt that, man. You know what I'm saying? Play dice, man. Shoot dice. We ain't nobody worry about what you will do. Boop, boop. Shakur done knocked the dude out already. He set the pace and let dudes know how he coming and what he'll do. And he done knocked the dude out already. Now the dude just so happened to be a thorough dude. He ain't gonna tell her nothing. He took that on the chin. He went ahead and took that. You know what I'm saying? How, I don't know, because that ain't in my philosophy. But he took it, you know what I'm saying? So already he done established himself as an alpha male and let dudes know, yeah, this ain't just no boxing ring. You know what I'm saying? I put these things on. So, dudes already got a little shook of him because he done came up there already and set the pace about what he going on. And like I say, he sleep next door. He in the block next door to me. I'm in another block. So, time go on and everything, man. And then the next thing you know, man, they got fights coming up. So Shakur came and asked me, would I be his trainer because he want to fight Kilowatt. Now, mind you, this dude named Kilowatt. That's his name, Kilowatt. That's the name. But Kilowatt got his name because he been boxing for years. He's an older dude, tall, lanky, just like Shakur. But the thing was, what the word was on Kilowatt, he had been locked up for a minute, got out, winning for a pro and everything, did real well, man. Had a decent old record, man. Something like 20-something and 4, man. Had lost with like 4 pro fights. But he was nice, real nice with it. But only thing was now, he was older. Kilowatt had to be pushing close to 50. Yeah, close to 50, but he was still, he still had them skills. Them skills don't leave you. Physically, you may slow down. You may not be able to do everything you could do as good as you used can do it, but you still probably could do everything good. And Kilowatt was nice like that. And he had came back, got locked back up, and he on the camp, and he trying to fight somebody. Shakur fit the bill. Shakur in his weight class. Shakur step up to the plate, tell him, man, he want to fight. So he want me to be in his corner. He want to be his corner, man. He said he gonna fight Kilowatt. I said, man, this dude nice, man. He said, man, dude old as I don't know what. I said, okay. So I said, I'm gonna be in his corner. He gonna fight Kilowatt. You know what I'm saying? So the fight coming up, man. I'm training him. I got him out there working out and everything, man. You can see Kilowatt out there working out. I heard a lot about him. I had seen him only shake out like one time. That mean box spar, and he still looked like he got what he need to have, you know. So showing up, man, on fight day, come up, man, and I'm in Shakur corner. I'm in this corner. He got his other little homeboy in there, but I'm supposed to be the one that advise him and tell him what to do and how to do it or whatnot. And man, when that first bell rang, dude come up out there swinging, whoop whoop whoop, and pumping that jab on Shakur, and Shakur trying to keep him off him with his jab. Man, I knew right then and there, and he knew right then and there, he was in for a fight. Yeah, he was in for a fight, man. Kilowatt was sharp. See, Kilowatt was using, he had got older, and so his body had deteriorated a little bit, but he was using intellect. He was using intellect over Shakur. He just kept on using his feints. He kept protecting himself. Shakur kept on going, you know, gun-ho because he young. He just keep trying to carry him out. Man, Kilowatt would cover up and bob and weave and parry punches, but Kilowatt found that soft spot, what I told y'all he had. Shakur can't take no body shots. I mean, he got a six-pack. He ripped up and everything. But something about his core, he don't like them shots, man. They got that in boxing. They say, man, certain dudes can't take it to the bread basket. Man, he just kept on moving and moving. And Shakur would put that jab out there. He left-handed. So he'll put that jab out there. And Kilowatt would slip that jab and turn that uppercut straight into his solar plex every time. Yank! And Shakur would fold up like a baby, man. He couldn't take it. Then Kilowatt would start unleashing on him, hitting him in the head, hitting him, bagging him up. And Shakur started getting breath. He started getting tired. He started getting, you know, gassed. So he'd come in the corner. He came in the corner after the second round. He was like, I can't breathe. I can't breathe. I can't go no more. I can't go no more. I said, man, you got to go, man. You got to go. So we put the ice all on his chest. I can't breathe. I ain't going back. I ain't going. I said, you going to let the dude beat you? You going to let him stop you, man? You can't quit, man. You can't quit. I can't breathe. I can't. Calm down. Calm down. You know, so I was trying to get him, you know, calm so he could get himself together, man. He calmed down, man. He went back out there. He tried to put on the show, man. But like I say, Kilowatt had too many skills. He had too much knowledge, man, and he just outsmarted him. It won't did. Shakur ain't had the skills, but Kilowatt had better skills, and Kilowatt had that knowledge, and Kilowatt just walked him down, man, kept beating him to the body. If they would have won another round, man, Kilowatt might have stopped him. He shown up, might have stopped him because he was breaking him down, man. He was breaking him down from the bottom up. And Shakur knew then, if he didn't know by now, that boxing got a whole lot to it, bro. It got a whole lot to it. Like I told you, it ain't just going to be your physicality. It's going to be your intellect. It's going to be how you be able to think under pressure. And when you up in there, what you going to do when that heat get turned on? Because one thing for certain, that heat going to get turned on. You know, so yeah, man, he lost that fight, man, and it humbled him a little bit, you know, as far as with the ring. But it turned around and made him more aggressive outside the ring. You see what I'm saying? It made him way more aggressive outside the ring. So, you know, because he felt embarrassed, you know, and dudes, that would be the first thing they throw in his face. And then, like I say, don't talk to me, man. Kilowatt just beat you, man. Old man beat you. Okay, but you ain't going to get in there. That's how it be. They going to talk stuff, but they not going to get in there themselves. So he ain't really have nothing to be ashamed of because Kilowatt done whooped a many of dudes, you know. So he didn't have a lot to be ashamed of, but at the same time, he was because he was young and his ego was involved, man. So, yeah, man, he was bruised up with that, man, more so the ego than anything else. But, man, I remember down the line, man, a couple of months later, man, and like I say, how I got tricked off another way, man, with these fake scenarios. They ain't got nothing to do with me, man, but, you know what I'm saying, my name is in the mix. And I remember, man, somebody came and told me that Shakur was beefing with a little young homeboy of mine in my block named Walt, right? So he supposed to be beefing with Walt. Now, Walter go hard now. Walter get it in. They call him Walt, you know. Walter get it in, but Walt ain't had like no boxing skills. Walt just had hot. You know, Walt out that city, Walt ain't going for nothing. He going to rumble, you know, win, lose, or draw. He going to do whatever he got to do. So they got to arguing over some type of words that would have been passed or said or whatever. And I had heard about it, but I thought the situation was squashed because it was like, man, you talk to Shakur, man, you cool with Shakur, man. You say him and your little homie was arguing about something, whatever. So I had made a mental note to holler at Shakur when I see him and holler at Walt. But I hadn't seen them by the time I heard them to the time of what transpired. So it was like a day or two later, and man, I remember dude came to my cell and come to me, he said, man, get up, man. He said, man, your homeboy walked and went back in the laundry room to fight Shakur. So I said, what? He said, man, he going back in the laundry room to fight Shakur. They been arguing, they going back there to fight. I knew that right there was a bad deal because Shakur was going to punish him like with the fist. He ready, you know what I'm saying? And he bigger, taller, and he got the skills. So I was like, man, get my door open. So by the time the dude went and got my door open, and I'm getting ready to come out the cell, Walt coming back from behind the back, arguing with another one of our homeboys, telling me, man, why y'all let me go back there by myself? Why y'all jokers ain't help me, man? And bleeding like a hoe. He done went back there and tried to swing on Shakur, thinking Shakur gonna fight. Shakur thinking now about his reputation, and he also thinking that this dude from the city, he might got that Bethlehem, so Shakur brought the knife back there, so he swing on Shakur, so Shakur slipped the punch and pop him one time, pop, and pull the joint out and hit him. Nah. So boom, Walt bleeding and everything, and he, from what I understand, he tell him, go ahead now, you better get on from back here, I'm a kid. So Walt leave. Get the door, come back in there, and then he argued with the other homie, Tony, them. Like, why y'all let me go back? Y'all ain't help me, man, woo. It's like it's their fault. Ain't nobody told you to go back there, and you should have went back there scrapped, knowing that if you going to war, it ain't about nobody going back there and just rumbling, man. We in the penitentiary. That don't happen like that. Dudes is going to protect themselves at all costs. So he done went back there, naked. He ain't got nothing with him. This man that came back there with the joint on him and then hit him. So he came back, he bleeding profusely. He done got hit in the shoulder and in the arm. So blood coming out everywhere. I don't know if he hit a vein or whatever. So he walking around the park, arguing with Tony like he ready to fight Tony. And Tony walking around the table. He walking around the table. So they walking around, oh, y'all ain't nothing, man. Y'all should have, you should have did something. Woo. They're like, what we supposed to do, man? We ain't know what you was going to do. They argue, whatever. So I come out there, I walk up to him. I said, man, what's up, man? So he turned around, he mad at me. He tell me, what? What, man? That's your boy, man. That's your. I said, man, I ain't know what y'all had going on. You should have came to me. You should have came and said something to me without going back there. You knew not to go back there, man. And then you gonna go back there and you ain't got nothing with you, man. You should have came and said something to me. I would have squashed that joke, man. So he told me, man, I ain't worried about it. I'm gonna get him. So he mad, but he bleeding. I mean, he bleeding bad. I look at his arm. I said, man, let me see. I said, man, come on here, man. Come on, man. You got to go to medical, dog. You got to go to medical, man. You going to mess around and bleed out in here, man. I ain't going nowhere. He snatched away from me. He walked around the block. So I called him. I said, come on, Walt. Let me talk to you. So he come over there by myself. So I'm talking, man, you got to go to medical, dog. You got to go to medical. Stop acting stupid. You need to go to medical. You get ready to die, dog. You going to bleed out. Man, yeah, all right, man. All right, what I'm going to tell the people? What the people going to ask? I said, man, you don't tell them nothing. You just tell them you hurt yourself. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, all right. So I can see he getting weaker, his energy getting weaker. So the people call the people, man, tell the man to hurt himself, man. He got to go to medical. So we walking him to the side door. Open the side door, the man bleeding, man. He bleeding. Look at the blood, man. He got to go to medical. She opened the side door, let him in the salad port, but she don't let nobody else in there. She called the people. So the people could come over and escort him over to medical. So they come get him, escort him over to medical. Next thing you know, they holler, lockdown, everybody locked down in the block, So everybody got locked up because they don't know what happened, where it happened, when it happened, but they know somebody bleed and somebody got to answer that. So, man, they locked everybody down, man, and just my good old buzzard luck, man. They come in there, the captain and all of them, they walk around from cell to cell, looking at people's cell, trying to look, they try to see who knuckles bruised, who whatever. They just doing foolishness. Some fake investigation that they have no way of determining anything that happened, let somebody tell them. Or they just draw their own conclusion. Don't you know them people get to my cell, call me, I'm going to lay it on the bed, I'm going to relax because I ain't got nothing to do with nothing. Call me, come to the door, sir. I get up, come to the door, tell me, what all this blood doing in front of your cell? I said, I don't know. She said, you bleeding? I said, no, I'm not. Let me see. looked me over, checked me over. I ain't nothing wrong with me. She said, well, what this blood doing in your cell? You had something to do with what was going on here? I said, I don't know what went on in here, and I definitely ain't had nothing to do with it. She was like, okay, all right. Walked away from my cell, told the people to lock me up, man. Lock me up. Yeah, they done locked me up and put me under investigation because they don't know what happened, and it's blood in front of my cell. It's blood all over the block, track from the salad port all around the block, all around the table. But she said it's only at your cell, though. It's just at your cell. I said, what I got to do with that? I ain't got nothing to do with that. Well, we going to find out. We got to put you on investigation. Man, them people locked me up for investigation for that stuff, man. I ended up staying back there, man, for almost 3 months, man. 3 months for something I had absolutely, positively nothing to do with. Oh, my boy Walt wrote a statement for me, said I ain't had nothing to do with it. I definitely ain't do nothing to him. First, the people was trying to say I done stabbed him, man. You know, me. For what? You know what I'm saying? The man wrote a statement saying, had no beef with me, never had a problem with me. I'm actually his homeboy. I'm actually one of his mentors. Blah, blah, blah. People ain't paid that no mind. Left me back there for 3 months, man. And like I say, that was a combination of incidents with the dude, and they had me on investigation with this. That's how I ended up leaving the compound, man. They ended up getting me off the compound. After I got out the hole, man, a couple of weeks later, they just shipped me, man, because of all the incidents. And mainly those 2 incidents, they had absolutely nothing to do with me. I mean, you know, I loaned the dude the money, but as far as me gonna kill him and all that, that was another dude threatening him, say, if you don't pay me, I'm gonna kill you. It ain't had nothing to do with me. You know what I'm saying? He just used my name so he can ensure that they would lock him up for protection by using my name and this dude's name. So that's just the way the cookie crumbles sometime in prison, man. You got to take the crooked with the straights, man. You got to take the crooked with the straights. And I had to take that on the chin, man, just because of my association. So, you know, that's the way that don't fall down sometime, man, in prison. But Shakur ended up getting locked up for the charge, ended up getting sent all the way up in the mountains, you know what I'm saying? Went all the way up there, took that ride, that Wallace Ridge Red Onion ride, you know, and I heard he was up there cutting up too, still knocking dudes out, you know what I'm saying? Now, some people blame me because say, Banker, you taught him how to box, but I ain't teach him how to do that. I ain't teach him how to just be aggressive and just go beat people up. That's already in him. That's something that he ain't dealt with from what happened to him. He was bullied, and then he turned into the bully because he got skills. You see what I'm saying? But I just gave him the skills. I definitely did not tell him to be a bully. But yeah, man, so I don't know if Shakur ended up getting out. I don't know if he out right now. I don't know. I can't remember what his sentence was, man. But if he is, salute to him, man. He still is a good soldier, man. He's a good dude. You know, I did run into him again. I think I did run into him again on my trip back to Greensville. I ran into him for briefly one time, man, and he was still living his life, man, still playing poker, still walking around, working out, still had his confidence, still had his little chest poked out. I can tell you this, ain't nobody else gonna take his chain no more. You can believe that. That ain't gonna happen, you know, but yeah, man, shout out to Shakur, man. But these just is this little short stories, man. I know it ain't nothing great, but it's just these things in my brain. I just try to share them with y'all, man, especially when my family or friends ask me about something, I tell them. As soon as I tell them, that make me recall it. So when I recall it, I just want to give it to y'all as well. Like I say, where I go, y'all go. What I know, I try to share with y'all, man. But I just hope this helps somebody out there listening, especially these young fellas, and let you know, man, all of these scenarios and many, 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 many more, man, go on in prison, man. It's just a chaotic, controversy, violent, vicious life, man, that you don't want to live, and you definitely don't want to live it every day of your life, and you definitely don't want to live it 24/7, 365 with no breaks and no release. This is what goes on in prison, man. Every day is a controversy. Every day is probably bloodshed. Every day is somebody getting in an altercation that can ultimately end in somebody losing their life, man. And you do all of this without family, friends, women, fun, and none of that. So it's just not the life you want to live. So if you're out here in this free world, man, take advantage of it, man. Be grateful, be humble. Find your way out here no matter what it takes. Even when the struggle get hard, man, just keep on pushing and keep on moving, because you out here, you free. You can always make it happen. You can always make something shake out for yourself, man. Besides putting yourself in a situation where you won't be controlled and you won't be handled for however long you in there. That is most definitely gonna be the case. So stay free, man. Stay free, stay smart, and stay sharp, man, because it ain't nothing like this free world. But this is a little bit more of these Boxing Chronicles, man. I got many more. If y'all like them, let me know in the comments. Let me know by watching the video. Leave me comments. Talk to me. I talk back. We tipping at 50K, man. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend about this movement. Come over here and get with that. More videos coming soon, man. More stories, more characters, man. It's just me getting it out of my head and getting it into y'all life, man. So in the meantime, in between time, 2022 coming. Salute. Well wishes to everybody for the new year. TBP stand up, man. All my members stand up. We're going to do it in 2022, man. It's my favorite number, 22. So I just feel like we're going to make something happen in 2022. Don't know yet, but I feel like it's going to be big. So stay tuned, man. In the meantime, be safe, be smart, make good decisions. I love y'all out there. Don't get caught hooking with a hooker.
The banking special.
Yeah.
Pure deliciousness.
Pure deliciousness, man. My name is Banky, man. Everybody calls me Banky. That's the name that I got from my grandmother when I was young. I'm coming out here after 30 years. Yeah, I ain't got nothing, but I'm gonna have something because I'm rich in personality, you know, and I'm rich in love. My family love me, and that's really all that counts.